Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and I think today's January 26th, something like that. Yeah, I think. 2021. This deck has been shuffled. It is the, hold on, let me grab the box. It is the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot by Scarabeo. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But anyway, it's been shuffled and with the intention to understand Ted Cruz's karma. Okay, so let me draw the cards first and then I'll flip them all over and we'll get started. Okay, so the forces in motion in his life, his challenges, his karma from his past lifetimes, or at least the last lifetime, his specific karma for this lifetime, what he's destined to experience, his professional future, no, it's this one, and his personal future. Okay, so I may draw more cards, but for now, let's see what we have. Okay, so forces in motion. Yeah, King of Pentacles reversed, that certainly makes sense. Challenges is the Nine of Swords reversed. Wow. His karma from past lifetimes, we have the Page of Pentacles. His specific karma this lifetime, whoa. Okay. What he's destined to experience, we have the Four of Wands reversed. Yeah. I probably won't use the Lenormand system with this one because I feel like there's enough here. But I might draw more cards. His professional future, Seven of Swords reversed. Yeah, this is just so clear. And his personal future, we have the Tower. So no, I won't be drawing more cards. I will put my little chopstick under here to get that glare off, though. Actually, maybe if I move them over too. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so diving in with this King of Pentacles. Oops, wrong chopstick. King of Pentacles reversed. For the, the forces in motion, what have been set in motion in his life based on his choices, his free will that he has exercised, and all the choices he's made in his lifetime. He's now at this position of being controlled by money. He has the karma of being controlled by the dark forces in this lifetime. Or if you don't believe in like the love forces or the dark forces, or love forces versus the hate forces, or good versus evil, that's okay. If you don't believe in that, then this card is still about controlling and, being entangled, being caught up. The chains are around him. So this goes together because it's all about money. In his situation, we know it's about, his money, power, politics. His politics are based just in money and greed, and this is why we have the King of Pentacles reversed. This is all about corruption. This is all about, like I was saying, trying to control money. It has to do, especially with a man, it has to do with being unfaithful. No, I can't imagine anybody besides his wife, and I know nothing about her or his personal life, but me personally, I look at him and I am disgusted. He's creepy. He's just, ugh. So, but anyway, this is a very, unstable situation he has going on in his life. The forces in motion in his lifetime now are very unstable. And gee, maybe it could be because he and Josh Hawley were holding fast to, Donald Trump's call to action, and they are guilty of sedition and insurrection, and they have the death of, is it 5 or 6 souls that lost their lives in the mob riots on the Capitol on January 6th. So he's guilty of that. This is a card of guilt. Now, his challenge, to me, when this card is straight up, this can just be a little bit of anxiety. It's a 9 of Swords, and it can be a little bit of anxiety. It can be a bad headache. It can be going through a lot of indecision and fears, and it can be, this card and the Moon card, to me, speak to the dark night of the soul. Now that's especially true when it's reversed, because in the reversed position, my goodness, we're dealing with major disgrace. We're dealing with avoiding others, and oftentimes avoiding just facing our own fears. So he's not being released from any anxiety. There may be some healing over time, but I think he needs to suffer the consequences of his actions first. Because there is that possibility for healing, but always. But these cards look terrible, especially this here. Now, his karma from his past lifetime of the Page of Pentacles, well, he may not have lived very long in his last lifetime. He may have been, well, if he did, he never matured. And he was still always going for the money, going for the, and it's further reiterated here and here. It's these 4 cards here show us a lot. So, we can just imagine somebody who was always ambitiously pursuing, money, money, money. And obviously some lesson wasn't learned in his last lifetime, because he came in this lifetime with, chains around his soul, with deep, dark, entanglements that don't allow you to live a very free life. It's also the card of, cheating and abuse and addictions. I mean, that's not so good. It's a card of blindness, I mean, to me, if you want to get into the terms of good and evil, well, to me, good is love, and evil is just anything that's not loving, correctly, or knowing what real love is, and it's a blindness. So to me, it's evil is blind. And so he is blind, and of course that's what makes people greedy, because people are greedy because they believe in lack. They don't believe that there's ever enough, or that they're enough, or that they're good enough. So they get all tangled up in money to try and prove that they're good enough. Well, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so because of course when you leave this earthly plane, you can't take all your toys with you, and you don't take your money with you. The only thing that goes with you is your love. I mean, right? So he didn't learn that in his last lifetime. He hasn't learned it yet in this lifetime, and it's heavy. This is very heavy karma. Very, very heavy karma. Now, what he's destined to experience in this lifetime, this could be, well, this card is, sometimes it's not so bad. It can often be just a little bit of a reversal of fortune around, maybe he loses his home. But it could be, because when this card is straight up, it's celebrations, it's a peaceful coming together. This is definitely my Mar-a-Lago card. But, I doubt he's just because it came through reverse, I doubt that he's not still visiting Trump in Mar-a-Lago. I mean, I'm sure he's still got his ticket in there because that's how he rolls. But it's not a good card for having a happy home life. This can be very, very, this can be like arguments at home. It's definitely arguments with our homeland. This can be even that possibility of him being canceled from his job, like being restricted from coming back into his job full force. Because this often is a card of moving out. It's a card of being, because straight up you can see, if you look at the images, I mean, a lot of times I just go with the images on the cards, and these people are like, hey, come on in. So reversed, I mean, you can see little kids playing in the background, even down here, or other people, there's like a party. So reversed, I think the message is he's not welcome anymore in the United States. I think that, he and Holly have some comeuppance. So, his professional future with a Seven of Swords, he's not going to get away with it. So, straight up, this card is like a thief in the night, and he's getting away with at least five things, or 5 swords, and left a couple behind because maybe he couldn't carry them all. Well, reversed, he's not getting away with anything. So, wow. Yeah. Let's see if I can feel into anything else with this. Well, I really think it is pretty straightforward. I mean, he's definitely caught. When this card is reversed, that somebody gets caught. But it's also a card of the pathological liar, and it's often the card of like a person who just has cheated so much that that's the only way they know how to live their lives. Yeah, I don't really see him with all in a combination here with all these cards. I don't really see him. Well, he could. I mean, if he does know any inside information, there is the possibility that he could confess, saying that he got orders from Donald Trump or whatever, if he's going to try to cover his own butt. But his personal future here with the Tower, no, everything's going to fall apart. I mean, this is awful. This is a big, destructive, change in his life. You can see the crowns falling off, and people are upside down, and they're, in the old days, this is when it didn't go so well for the king and queen, when they abused their power, and he has definitely abused his power. So, this is going to be a painful time for him in his personal future. Professionally and personally, it could have been reversed the other way around. It wouldn't have mattered. These two cards just combine them together, and they're awful. So I think he's going to be unwelcome as a senator, in the future, and he's not going to get away with it, and his life is going to fall apart. Big changes. Lots and lots of loss. So, well, this might be one of the shortest karmic readings I have ever done. But the cards are just so clear-cut. I don't feel the need to add in the, add in anything with the Lenormand, honestly. But if you guys have more questions, I'm going to be joining Scott Allen's Spiritual Essence channel again on Sunday morning. It's 9:30 Central Standard Time, so that's 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. I think it might only be like 1 hour after Central Time to be Eastern Time. Might be 10:30, but check because I'm not sure about that, and I screw that up all the time. But anyway, it's political. It's like 2 hours of political readings, and you get 4 of us. You get Scott and Debbie with Freebird Spirit, and you get Andrea with Lilac Lantern Tarot, and me. So you can ask all 4 of us, questions that especially if you get there early and you get your question in, we'll answer as many questions as we can. But join us on Sunday, and so that'd be Sunday the 31st. And if there are more questions around this or any other ones, please join us. I'd love to be there with you. So, okay, well, I'm going to close this reading up, and everyone take good care. Okay, bye.